This is a people as pirates, and we are stealing back the truth.
Hi, I'm Alex Olson, a spoken word artist and political activist. Through my poetry, I aim to challenge social convention and spread truth about political and social injustice. If you have a message that must be heard or a change that you want to see in the world, make a 5-minute program and submit it to MiND. Don't let big corporations control the media. You have the power to make your opinions heard. Use your voice to steal back the truth. It's time to steal back the truth.
The Reading Stars program was created as an answer to the literacy problem that its creators, Sue and Bruce Moore, saw. They traveled around the U.S. and they just couldn't believe the state of literacy in the country, so they decided to do something about it. So they took the results of the National Reading Panel and they created this structured, step-by-step phonics-based program that enabled virtually anybody to effectively help a child learn to read. In 2003, we introduced it to our volunteers, ACE Group being a founding champion, a founding supporter, and founding volunteers for it. And at this point, every week, 500 children meet with 500 volunteers and work on their reading skills.
I've been a Reading Star volunteer for 2 years, part-time last year, full-time this year. I believe when ACE sent an announcement last year saying the program was starting again, that's when I expressed an interest, and some of my co-workers were also part of the program. I have children myself, I like children, and I feel like giving back is actually something that's important. We're all part of something together, and it's trying to find an opportunity that matches our schedule, our personal aspirations, and that can also help the community is sometimes a little difficult, and this was a good blend of all these things.
The program's amazing. We are currently in our 4th year with Reading Stars. The first year our students actually went to ACE to do the program because it's a couple blocks away. But in the past 3 years, the volunteers actually come to our school. And it's amazing to see the improvement in students from their reading, which is of course what we're looking for. But it also really helps them to make a connection with another person. And they really look forward to spending that hour with that person every week. I mean, they develop a relationship with them. So on many levels, the program is really successful for kids.
Students benefit from the program because they really get one-on-one tutoring. We don't just simply read to them, we make sure that they're comprehending, they know their sounds, they know their vowels, they know how to put words together, they know how to sound it out. We're actually giving them sort of the backbone of how to read and how to be a better reader. So the program is very one-on-one and it's very scripted so that you're sure the student knows what they're supposed to know before you move on to the next section, which I think is very important. It's very interesting working with elementary school students. I have a lot of fun with them. You have kids that are in 3rd grade that need to use the bathroom a lot and are very finicky, and then you have students that are in 5th grade and 6th grade that are very cool and you can't tell them, you know, anything because they think they know more than you. So it's very interesting that the gamut of students that you work with. That's a lot of fun and it's challenging, but it's great.
I think volunteering is important because we're all in it together. I don't think anyone should be just a taker in life, and it doesn't matter if you give back to the people who have helped you or not. What matters the most is to give back. Someday you may need to be helped, and it's probably not going to be someone you have helped who is going to help you.
Volunteering for this program has definitely benefited my life. You don't always have time to volunteer. You want to give back to the community, you want to give back to your community, you want to give back to the community that you work in. I feel like I don't have enough time to volunteer, and it is so important. So through work, it has really helped me that I can do this program, see it daily, weekly. The changes in these children is really important for me. But then having work give me the opportunity to do this allows me to bring my family into it, which is also really nice because it teaches them to give back as well, which is of course important.
The program has really benefited our school immensely. If you look at the data from McCall School and you see our scores in reading, they have really jumped, and a lot is because of this program and because of the time that individuals give.
Greater Philadelphia Cares exists to help all the people who want to make a difference do exactly that. What I would like people to know is that we're here and that we can connect them to an opportunity where they can really shift facts on the ground. So don't be despairing about the fact that half the children in 9th grade don't graduate from high school. Come out and volunteer and stock that pipeline with confident readers. That's exactly what we're here to do, and we just come on out, come do it with us.
Hi, I'm Michelle Wu. You're watching MiND TV, the only station bringing you programming made for you, by you, representing your community and telling your stories. Become a member and get your voice heard. Don't wait. Show your support for MiND TV today.
We started the Attic Youth Center because there were no services for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning youth in the city of Philadelphia or in the suburban areas. There were no professional services for this population of youth, and so myself and a student from Penn started an 8-week pilot project. And frankly, we asked Voyage House, which is a mainstream youth serving agency, if they would allow us to use their space for an 8-week project, see lesbian and gay youth. And in the first 8 weeks, 41 kids came to the attic. And so we were able to say to Voyage House, hey, look, this is a service that's really sorely needed.
This building is a historic site, so we are a historic organization because we're the only LGBTQ youth serving organization in Philadelphia that our specific goal is to service lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered and questioning youth.
Some of the programming at the Attic Youth Center consists of CAGs. CAGs is what we initial as creative action groups. These CAGs here at the Attic Youth Center run from about 11 to 12 weeks. In the 11 to 12 weeks with their culminating project, they get the most enjoyment out of that. That's the most exciting part, that they get to think about the project, brainstorm the project, and then see their work at a completion with the culminating project. It's exciting, it's exciting.
The Bryce Institute is the education/outreach department for the Attic, and so what we do is we go out into the community and work with providers, social service agencies, what does LGBT stand for, what are the best ways to work with LGBTQ youth, you know, those types of things.
First off, I love the diversity with people here and how they're from different backgrounds. There are some who are into certain types of music, there are some who are into dancing, there are those who are into video games, there are those who may be from the suburbs, from New Jersey, or what have you.
In my 6 years of being here, I've experienced true friendship, true family, and true love. And I think, honestly, without the Attic, I would not be the person I am today.
Some youth come in with some very severe home problems and homelessness and just life obstacles. And some of those folks now are in their early 30s. And we have teachers, we have folks in med school, we have doctors, we have lawyers. But most of all, we have many of our alumni that work in this same field, advocating for the rights of LGBTQ youth and giving back what was given to them.
I first came to the Attic because I felt that I knew I was gay. There was no other resources out there for me, and someone told me about the Attic, and so I came down.
Like in school right now, I'm taking psychology, and I want to do gender queer issues, and I want to work with gender queer teens. And the reason behind that is because of the attic.
This place serves as a great service to the community, a great service to the community. I don't know where a lot of our kids would be without them.
The attic's been really a challenging and incredible experience. And the challenge is what keeps me going. And the youth are what keep me going. And so in order to secure the future and safety and permanency of these youth, we intend to expand our programming to further address these needs and to work with other service providers so that the needs of these young people do not fall through the cracks.
It is okay to be you.
It's 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 okay to be you.
No, seriously, it's okay to be you. It's okay to be you.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew
Four American soldiers were killed after a roadside bomb exploded Sunday in Nangarhar province in eastern Afghanistan. Two of the soldiers were killed by the explosion and two died later from their wounds.
The remains of the 5 victims of Monday's shooting at a stress clinic at Camp Liberty, Iraq, arrived at Dover Air Force Base, Delaware, Wednesday night.
Think of your family too much, you know. You don't want that in your head while you're in the battlefield, you know. You want to stay battle focused. So I just basically try to focus more on the battle than on my family because I want to come home alive.
The International Security Assistance Force is very sad to report the death of 4 American soldiers who have died in an IED attack. But we're not worried that these lives were lost in vain.
Officials say issues such as multiple deployments and extended time away from home are key reasons behind combat stress.
As long as the demand on forces stays what it is right now and the supply of forces remains the same, it'll be very difficult for us to do anything with that stress. But we've got to help soldiers understand how they can cope with that stress.
Take your place in the world of video by becoming a member of MiND and attending one of our monthly video production workshops. You can learn about concept development, camera techniques, microphones, editing, and more. Sign up today by visiting mindtv.org/training.
Urban Blazers is a nonprofit organization, and we provide young people from under-resourced urban communities in Philadelphia with active adventures in nature. So one of the things that makes Urban Blazers unique is that we work exclusively with young people from under-resourced communities. We say under-resourced because not all of our kids come from impoverished homes, but they all come from communities where it's not normal for the kids to do the types of activities that we do. We go hiking, we go skiing, we go whitewater rafting, we go canoeing, we go tubing, we go mountain biking, we go camping, and we do rock climbing. We do classroom lessons, but our classroom lessons are always very hands-on. So if we're gonna do something in a classroom, we're bringing in fruit for the kids to taste, we're bringing in flowers for them to tear apart, we're bringing in crayfish so that they become less fearful of them, so that when we see them in a creek, they're able to enjoy them more. Our kids generally are between the ages of 6 to 18, and we're open to pretty much anything that's experiencing nature in a way that's fun, that's active, that gets the kids excited and helps build a sense of pride and self-esteem in their accomplishments after we finish them.
I think the most important thing that Urban Blazers does is it shows the kids that there is space out here in the Philadelphia area for them to go out in nature. I mean, it's most of the time all they see is city buildings, streets, and they don't even realize that there's a park just, you know, a couple hundred yards away that they can go and just play and be with nature. So I think that's a really important asset for them.
I think one of the most important things the kids get out of our program is developing a better sense of self-esteem. We want kids to do things that they never thought they could do before. And at the end, like, they're so impressed with themselves, they're impressed with each other, they work better together as a team, and our volunteer mentors are able to help them, encourage them, push them to do new things, help teach them things about themselves. But I think most importantly, the kids get to learn that there are adults out there that care about them.
I get a lot of joy from seeing the children's creativity and explorations when they're out on the trails. They really seem to find their own sort of character in being out on the trail, and they seem to have a good time.
It's evolved into a larger program where we reach about 700 kids every year, and we reach each of those kids at least 6 times. Probably what we see more than anything else with the kids that we work with is just the increase in their positive self-esteem. 95% of the kids that we work with report that they learn something new and positive about themselves, not just after working with us for a longer period of time, but after every outing that we do. We're getting kids to be active in a different way probably than they ever have before. We need to make kids love the environment, love the outdoors by having fun in it before we ask them to save the earth. Kids need to love trees before you ask them to save them. But also just being out in nature, there's a variety of health benefits that come from that. There's a lot of research that says that kids that spend even an hour in nature every week show reduced symptoms of attention deficit disorder, their ability to see details, their cognition increases and becomes better. There's even some studies that say that a kid's eyesight gets better just from being out in nature and spending more time. But things like being in a stressful environment, which most inner city communities can be pretty stressful. A lot of times the kids come with stories of some of the things that happen right outside their door, and like, you can't even imagine that that's what happens, that's what you're walking outside to. But you know, it's very stressful, and these kids, like, they come out and they're able to let go and they're able to relax. And I think probably more than anything, just having that opportunity to be out there and have that sense of this is a place where I can be safe, I can feel comfortable. It's just so incredibly important to the physical health and their mental health.
An eye for an eye will make the whole world blind.
Each year, over 1.6 million people worldwide die as a result of violence. That's more than 4,000 people every day. For every person who dies from violence, many others are left injured or suffering from physical, sexual, substance abuse, and mental health problems. If we're going to stop violence from happening, we have to understand it. What is violence?
Violence is not merely killing another. It is violence when we use a sharp word, when we make a gesture to brush away a person, when we obey because there is fear.
Terrorism, hate crimes, murder, suicide, rape, assault, sexual harassment, domestic violence, abuse, bullying. Violence is an unjust or unwarranted exertion of force or power, used intentionally against another person or against oneself. Out of the 1.6 million violent deaths per year worldwide, 1 in 5 were casualties of armed conflict. 1 in 3 were homicides. And 1 in 2 were suicides. Youth homicide rates in the United States are more than 10 times higher than other leading industrial nations. 1.8 million people are assaulted every year in America. 1 in 6 American women has been the victim of a rape or attempted rape. 21 hate crimes occur every day in the United States. Violence is caused by a complicated combination of factors: poverty and unemployment, lack of education, alcohol and drug abuse, poor mental health, gender inequalities, bigotry, bullying and teasing, lack of positive role models. 3.7 million children bully other children every year. 1 in 6 children are victims of bullying. About 60% of boys who were bullies in school were convicted of at least 1 crime by the age of 24. 40% had 3 or more convictions. Violence is ingrained in our culture. American children see about 16,000 simulated murders and 200,000 acts of violence on television by the age of 18.
If you and I are having a single thought of violence or hatred against anyone in the world at this moment, we are contributing to the wounding of the world.
The effects of violence place a massive burden on the economy, costing billions of dollars each year in healthcare, law enforcement, and lost productivity. The cost to victims of violence is estimated at more than $500 billion per year. What can we do? Improve higher education and vocational training opportunities for everyone, including violence prevention, life skills, and social development training. Initiate mass public education campaigns, including parenting skills, nonviolent discipline, and problem solving. Provide support for children and adults who have experienced or witnessed violence. Advocate for victims and provide resources to help them recover. Actively challenge ignorance, prejudice, poverty, oppression, and exploitation without resorting to violence. Work for justice, healing, and reconciliation. Take responsibility for being a peacemaker.
Non-violence means avoiding not only external physical violence, but also internal violence of spirit. You not only refuse to shoot a man, but you refuse to hate him.
Wilmington City Council is encouraging the public to attend the next Education, Youth and Families meeting, where the main topic will be the Priority Schools Initiative from Governor Jack Markell and the Delaware Department of Education. The state has set aside nearly $6 million in funding to help 6 struggling schools in the city of Wilmington, and you can find out all about it at the meeting. The Education, Youth and Families Committee meeting is open to the public and will be held on Thursday, October 9th at 6 p.m. in the Lewis L. Redding City County Building at 800 North French Street in downtown Wilmington. If you cannot attend the meeting, you can watch it live on our website or stream it later from our online video archive. For more information, go to WITN22.org.
Wilmington residents can now sign up for free emergency text and email alerts directly from the Wilmington Police Department. The department can now issue alerts which will simultaneously call landline phones, send text messages and email, and post to social media. The service is free for subscribers and registration is easy. Simply text your zip code to 888-777 or register online at nixle.com, where you can customize alert settings and choose to receive email and web alerts as well. With Nixle, you know.